Hello students, let us continue with our chapter Carbon and its compounds, in which we will be studying the next reaction, that is substitution reaction. Now what do you mean by substitution reaction? In organic compounds, when one or more hydrogen atoms of hydrocarbons are replaced by atoms like chlorine, bromine, etc., the reaction is called substitution reaction. Now in your higher classes, you will be studying many more substitution reactions in which atoms other than hydrogen are being replaced. Okay. Now here in this chapter, we will be dealing with substitution reaction of alkanes only, in which one or more hydrogen atoms are being replaced by atoms like chlorine, bromine, etc. Okay. When hydrogen atoms are replaced by chlorine, the reaction is called as chlorination. When they are replaced by bromine, the reaction is called as bromination. Let us take up one example. Now in this example, the reactant is methane, which is reacted with chlorine. The reaction between these two takes place in presence of sunlight. What happens is, there are 4 hydrogen atoms in methane, one of which is replaced by one chlorine atom. So instead of CH4, only CH3 methyl group is left, and one of the hydrogen atom gets replaced by chlorine. Okay. So one hydrogen from here and one chlorine atom from here gives you the byproduct HCl. Okay. So here the substitution of one hydrogen atom of methane is carried out by one chlorine atom. So such kind of substitution reaction takes place in alkenes. Okay. This reaction is called as chlorination, and the product formed is called as methyl chloride, or it is also called as chloromethane. What is it called? Chloromethane. Okay. Now this chlorination reaction can also proceed further with methyl chloride. Now if you continue blowing chlorine gas in the reaction mass, methyl chloride further undergoes chlorination. Methyl chloride can further react with chlorine gas in presence of sunlight, and this time the second hydrogen atom gets replaced by chlorine atom. So CH3, it has got 3 hydrogen atoms, out of which one gets replaced by chlorine. So it becomes CH2Cl2, and the byproduct again is HCl. One hydrogen from here and one chlorine from here gives you HCl. What is the name of the product? The name of the product is dichloromethane. This is a very important solvent. It is well known by the name DCM. Okay. So this reaction can continue until and unless all the hydrogen atoms get replaced by chlorine atom. Now if you remove one more hydrogen and replace it by chlorine, you will get the product CHCl3. CHCl3. Okay, that compound CHCl3 is called as chloroform. What is it called? Chloroform. Yes, that the very chloroform which we see in movies. They apply it on the handkerchief, and then when it is inhaled, then the person becomes unconscious. Okay, that very chloroform, whose formula is CHCl3. Next level of substitution gives you chloroform. Further, that one more hydrogen atom which is left can be substituted further, and you get CCl4 as the next substitution product. Okay, that CCl4 is called as carbon tetrachloride, which is again a very important solvent. Okay, you can find these two reactions in your textbook. Okay, try to write them yourself. Okay. Going to the next part of the chapter, important carbon compounds. The first compound that we are going to study is ethanol. Let us look at some of the properties of ethanol. Ethanol is a colorless liquid. It has very low boiling point of 78 degrees Celsius. It is commonly called as alcohol, absolute alcohol rectified spirit. Now absolute alcohol and rectified spirit are different purity grades of ethyl alcohol or ethanol. Ethanol is the alcohol that is consumed in the diluted form. Whatever alcohol that is consumed by people is nothing but ethanol, but it is consumed in very dilute form. But consumption of ethanol, as we know, is fatal. It is lethal. It is dangerous. What are the uses of alcohol? Ethanol. Ethanol is used in cough syrups like Benadryl contains alcohol. It is mixed with iodine solid and a solution, tincture iodine solution is formed, which is used as an antiseptic. Ethanol is used as a very good solvent. Okay, it is used as a very good solvent to carry out many reactions. A very important use of ethanol is that it is used as a fuel. It is mixed with petrol in some proportion, and a fuel is formed which is called as gasohol, or it is also called as power alcohol. Now, why is alcohol mixed with petrol? As we know, alcohol is a hydrocarbon which can give you only two combustion products. Okay, so when it is burnt, it forms carbon dioxide and water. Okay, so these are the only combustion products it can form. So that is why it is mixed with petrol. Now petrol forms many other combustion products, like if petrol contains impurities like sulfur, it produces sulfur dioxide. If it contains impurities of nitrogen, it produces oxides of nitrogen. It also produces incomplete combustion products of carbon, that is carbon monoxide. Whereas on the other hand, alcohol produces carbon dioxide and water, out of which one of the combustion products is not that dangerous, like water is not dangerous, and carbon dioxide can be handled very well. Okay, so because of its safe combustion products, it is mixed with petrol. In other words, petrol is diluted and then it is used in the form of gasohol. Okay. Going to the reactions of ethanol. Please ignore this dehydration reaction. We'll come back to dehydration reaction later on. There's some problem with the animation. Chemical properties of ethanol means reactions of ethanol. The first reaction that we are going to study is reaction with sodium. This is the reaction wherein ethanol, CH3CH2OH is ethanol. It reacts with sodium to give you CH3CH2ONA. This compound is called as sodium ethoxide. What is it called? Sodium ethoxide. And it can also gives you a byproduct which is hydrogen gas. Okay. Now, if you want to make it very correct, on oxygen there should be a negative sign. On sodium there should be a positive sign. So it is sodium ethoxide. Okay, hydrogen is formed as a gas. Okay, now this is a very important reaction. We have used these coefficients to balance the reaction. Okay, this reaction is very important for detection of presence of ethanol. Okay, when sodium metal is added to ethanol or ethanol containing samples, it will immediately liberate hydrogen gas. Now, this hydrogen gas is liberated in the form of effervescence, continuous evolution of bubbles you find. Okay, so in a sample, if you wish to detect the presence of ethanol, you have to just put a piece of sodium. If hydrogen is liberated, if you find continuous evolution of bubble, then the sample would contain ethanol. Okay, so this reaction is used to detect the presence of ethanol. Is it clear? Yes. The second reaction that we are going to study is dehydration reaction. As the name itself says, it is dehydration. De means remove, hydration means remove water. So this reaction is nothing but removal of water from ethanol. Okay. So the reaction goes in this way. Ethanol, when treated with concentrated sulfuric acid. Now, concentrated sulfuric acid is a known dehydrating agent. It is used in the removal of water, dehydrating agent. Okay, what happens is OH group from this carbon atom, OH group is bonded to CH2 group. This OH group is removed and one hydrogen from here is removed. Okay, so OH group is removed. OH group is removed and one hydrogen atom from the CH3 group is removed. So H and OH will give you H2O. Okay, and so this group will become CH2 and this group will be CH2. Okay, now to satisfy the valency of carbon atom, we'll have to put a double bond between the two carbon atoms. Okay, so this is ethanol, which on dehydration in presence of concentrated sulfuric acid gives you ethene. What does it give you? It gives you ethene. Okay, is this thing clear? So these are the two important properties or reactions of ethanol. We will be dealing with the next compound of carbon, that is ethanoic acid, in the next session. Till then, keep studying.